The True Story of the Three Little Pigs, as told to Jon Scieszka, illustrated by Lane Smith. Welcome to Storytime with Miss Suzanne. Let's start a reading adventure together. Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me today on Storytime with Miss Suzanne while we read a very interesting book called The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. Now, we did read a story about three little wolves and a big bad pig on another story time, but this one is the true, and I'm saying maybe it's not, story of the Three Little Pigs by A. Wolf, as told to John, and his friend Lane drew the picture. She was the illustrator. So let's see what the true story of the Three Little Pigs is. Everybody knows the story of the Three Little Pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I wonder who's talking. Maybe we should do next and find out. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how the whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Look, he has glasses just like me. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault. Wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just how we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. Or what about chicken nuggets? Exactly. A sneeze and sugar. Oh no, I think I'm gonna sneeze. Uh-oh. Phew, excuse me, my friends. Look, a sneeze and sugar. There was the sneeze. I wonder where the sugar is. But, like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing was all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and 1 cup of sugar. That's not very much sugar. This is the real story. Oh, I see some wolfy ears there. Let's see. Way back and once upon a time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold. Achoo! I ran out of sugar. Oh no, you need sugar in a cake. I think there's something else in his cake too, and it has ears. Ho ho ho. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too smart either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Would you do that? No, I don't think so. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house out of straw? There he is with his cup. So, of course, the minute I knocked on the door, fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into someone's house, so I called. Little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's cake. But that's when my nose started to itch. Oh, itch your nose. Oh no, oh no. I felt the sneeze coming on, and then he huffed. And then I snuffed. And then I sneezed a great sneeze. Achoo! Uh-oh. So the door fell down, and I have a feeling something might have happened to the house. What do you guys think? Let's see what happened to the house. And you know what? That whole straw house fell down, and right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig. Dead as a door now. He'd been home the whole time. Wonder why he didn't say anything. It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner laying around in the straw, so I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just laying there, or a box of chicken nuggets. Would you just leave it there? All right. I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar, so I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was smarter, but not by much. He had built his house out of sticks. Well, they are a little stronger, don't you agree? Yeah, okay. Let's see. I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. Do you think somebody's home? I think somebody's home, Joe. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back, Go away, Wolf, you can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chin. Oh, you like he's shaving. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed, help me huff, and I snuffed. And I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great big sneeze. Achoo! Uh-oh. I wonder what happened to the stick house. And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. I wonder what the wolf is getting to. What's he going to do with this one? Now you know food will spoil. That means go bad if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. So 2 cheeseburgers. I was getting awfully full. It is a big belly. But my cold was feeling a little better. And I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and the second pig's brother, and he must have been the brains of the family. He had lots of brains. He had built his house out of bricks. Bricks are pretty hard. Oh, wow. Almost looks like a castle. I knocked on the brick house. No answer. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? And you know what that rude little piggy answered? Get out of here, Wolf, and don't bother me again. Well, why would he say that? That's not a very nice way to answer the door. Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't even give me one little cup for my dear, old, sweet granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. Oh no, not again. I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed once again. Achoo! Then the third little pig yelled, and your old granny can sit on a pin. Hey, that's not very nice, Mr. Pig. Oh no, I don't think that comment went over well. Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course, I was trying to break down the pig's door, and the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. Oh boy, he looks very, very upset. I guess nobody taught him to use his words and to walk away. And the rest, they say, is history. This newspaper says big bad wolf. He's big and he's bad and he'll huff and he'll puff. Oh boy, they show a very not nice picture of him, do they? The news reporters found out about the 2 pigs I had for dinner, and they figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the story with all of that huff and puff and blow your house down. And they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. The real story, I was framed. Oh, that means he says he didn't really do it. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar? Hey, he's not making a cake for Granny if he's in there. Maybe that's not really the true story. He's saying he was framed. I don't know. I don't know if he really was framed or not. Well, thank you, my friends, for joining me for the true story of the 3 little pigs. It's a very interesting view of the story. It is not the same as I have read before. So thank you for joining me on that journey. And I hope you all have a fantastic day. And I'll see you next time on Storytime with Miss Suzanne. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye, my friends.